What's up, y'all? We're back. So hey girl, hey, what's up? Cece back with another video. It has been like 3 months since we filmed on this channel. If you don't know me, I'm just a regular girl trying to live a fit girl's lifestyle, and we're back. So I'm so excited to be filming for this channel. Like, not me just trying to slide in here like I ain't been gone for 3 months, but it is the summertime. There's just been a ton going on and I just didn't have the capacity. You guys, every summer, I gain weight like in the summer, every single time, because I'm outdoors, I'm living my life, I'm on somebody's patio with a cocktail, and I mean, yeah, that is what it is. Don't regret it at all. However, fall's quickly approaching, and fall and winter is usually when I do my best work and try to tighten back up. So that's what we on. And we starting off with this little 6-week challenge I'm gonna tell y'all about in a little bit. We're going to jump back in a routine today. And today was actually my kids' first day of school. And I feel like when they're out of school, I'm out of a routine. So now that they're back in school, I can get back on a routine, and it just feels so good to kind of get that back again. So we did a weigh-in this morning. We'll talk about that later too. But we did do a weigh-in this morning. But let's talk about this 6-week challenge first. And jump in whenever you guys see this video. If it's way past the 6 weeks, jump in, use the same rules or change them up and do your own 6-week challenge. But whatever helps you get back into a routine and get you back on schedule, perfect. I don't even know if I talked to y'all since I cut my hair. Have we talked with a haircut? I don't even know if I've done that. That's crazy. I don't even know if we've talked with a haircut. I have no idea. Anyway, let's go into these challenge rules. So this is what we're going to challenge ourselves to do for 6 weeks. No soda, alcohol only 1 time a week, if at all. Calorie deficit, so we're going to recalculate our calories and our macros today and what that deficit means. Obviously, it'll be different for everyone, but I'll show you guys how to calculate your calories and macros if you don't know how to. We're going to do 1 serving of fruits and veggies per day. I know that sounds low, but y'all, I don't always get in fruits and veggies, and look, we're here to be honest, so I don't always get them in every single day. So I'm going to try to get in more servings per day, but I want at least 1 serving of a fruit and or veggie per day. Eat out only 1 time a week. That is going to be very hard for me because we some eating out folks over here. So eat out 1 time a week, if at all. I don't have to eat out, but if it's going to, we're going to eat out, it's going to be 1 time a week. So I'm going to have to be a little mindful about that. 8,000 steps a day. So I know everybody says 10,000 steps a day. Like 10,000 steps is a lot of steps. And sometimes it's really hard for me to even hit that. Like I can go to Orange Theory and run 2 miles and I still have to walk more to hit that 10,000 steps a day. It's a lot of steps and it is a huge challenge. So I'm trying to ease back into this. So we're going to start with 8,000 steps per day. And I want to move 30 minutes daily, whether that is walking outside, walking on my walking pad, going to the gym, whatever that means, we're going to move our bodies for 30 minutes every single day. Every single day. Now, most days it'll probably be an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But on those days, even my rest days, I want to make sure I'm moving my body for at least 30 minutes of some kind of physical activity. So today's physical activity is going to be heading to the gym. We're going to go lift some weights. It is an upper body day. So me and my husband are going to head to the gym and we're going to do that. I have been easing back into the gym over the last couple weeks. This is the first week where I'm really taking like the food part seriously. So putting everything together this week, we're going to see where we go from there. So I'm gonna grab some water, I'm gonna get a little piece of fruit, and then we're gonna head out. We just got back from the gym. I'm feeling good on day one. Feeling so good, but I am rather hungry. I do have a work meeting in a second, and then we're gonna make some lunch. But while we wait, I wanted to go ahead and recalculate my macros. So you guys have seen me do this several times, but I just think it's important to make sure that I am accurate with what I'm eating and all of that. So I'm gonna go to the site and we're gonna do this together, and I'm gonna show you guys how I do this. Okay, y'all, so we are on the website. I use tdeecalculator.net, not .com, tdeecalculator.net, and TDEE means total daily energy expenditure. That's what that stands for. So this is the calculator. Let's go in. I am a female. I am 38. I got on the scale this morning, y'all. 184.7. That is how much weight I've gained over the last couple of months. I've gained like 10 pounds over the last couple of months. I've been going to the gym, but not as much as I was. Haven't been checking my eating, been doing all this traveling, ripping and running, going out, having fun, and gained 10 pounds, y'all. So we're going to put in 185. Height is 5'3". Activity, it'll probably be closer to 6 to 7 days per week, but I always keep it moderate at 3 to 5 days per week, because some days I just don't make it to the gym, even though we'll be moving every single day. But we'll keep it moderate at 3 to 5 days per week. Body fat percentage when I checked this morning was, I think it was 32%. I just realized my weight from this morning didn't update. I'm pretty sure it was at 32%. I'm gonna have to get back on the scale later on. It didn't update in my scale app though. So it's okay, we're gonna keep going. So this is what it gives you. If you guys have never seen this before, it gives you your entire stats. And then you can figure out if you want to cut or bulk or stay at maintenance or whatever. So it's saying that if I eat 2,484 calories per day and I work out 3 to 5 times a week, that should keep me at maintenance. That should keep me exactly where I am. Now, that being said, I don't want to be exactly where I am. We want to cut some weight. So, well, you know what, before we get there, this little part right here also kind of shows you like if you exercise. So basically, if you don't exercise, you should only be eating 1,600 calories. If you have a sedentary lifestyle, you can go to 19, light exercise 22, moderate 24, heavy 27, and if you're an athlete working out like twice a day, 3,000. But for me, we would keep it around 2,400. That would be where my maintenance would be. My BMI, 32.8, which is considered obese. That's great. And it says my ideal weight is 115 to 126. I will never be 115 to 126. And it says that it's an estimate, but don't take it too seriously, especially if you lift weights. Like, I will never be 115 to 126. That is quite insane to me. So yeah, macros, this is the important part. This is what I look at right here. This is very important. This is what you want to pay attention to when you're picking your foods and picking your meals and making your meals and tracking and stuff like that. So you can do, again, maintenance. That would be the 2,400 calories, 2,484. These would be all of your maintenance. So you can do a moderate carb diet and try to hit 186 grams of protein, 96 grams of fat, and 217 grams of carbs. You can go low carb and get more protein and fats in, or you can do a higher carb diet and get the 186 protein and only 55 grams of fat. So that is up to you, however you want to like play around with what type of diet you would like to have. I would recommend that you just see how your body feels. My body feels good with a moderate carb diet, especially on my workout days. I like my carbs. So sometimes I will cycle between moderate carb and higher carb depending on what I'm doing that day. So on days that I'm lifting weights, higher carbs just feel better because it gives me more energy to sustain my workouts. So we're gonna go right here and click cutting. So as you can see, you can also bulk. So if I said I wanted to bulk, I want to put on weight, I got a lifting competition coming up or something, and I want to eat 2,900 calories per day, that's going to, so that's going to bump my calories up by 500 and you're going to be bulking. But for me, I'd like to cut weight. So that is going to take my calories down to 1,984 calories per day. That is working out 3 to 5 times a week. Don't forget that part. So if you're not working out and then you eat the 1,900 calories, like that's not going to do much. Like that's still going to put you over where you need to be and you're still going to gain weight. So you have to make sure you're working out as much as you say you are that you put in here. But for me, like I said, I will probably cycle between moderate and higher carb diet. The protein level stays the same with moderate and higher carb. So 149 grams of protein, we'll round that up to a pretty 150 grams of protein, 77 grams of fats or 44 grams of fats, depending on what day we're talking about, and then 174 to 248 grams of carbs. That is our starting point. That's what we're going to start. Now my calories do say 1984. I am going to take those down to 1850. It's about a 600 calorie deficit. 19 just feels like a lot for me. When I am in a cut, I don't need 1,900 calories. So I'm gonna actually write this down. We're gonna take this down to 1,850 calories per day, 150 grams of protein. We're gonna go right in the middle so I'm just gonna say 44 to 77 grams of fats and 174 to 248 grams of carbs. And that's how I'm going to structure my meals. That's how I'm going to structure any meal preps. Add snacks in there, sausage, drinks, everything you consume should be all encompassed in these calories that you choose. And don't make this your Bible. Like this is going to cut you by 500. It's going to put you in a 500 calorie deficit per day, which is pretty standard when you're going on a cut. But if you look at this and you're like 1,900 calories, that sounds crazy. And I will never be able to, keep that up. Then take it up to 2,000, 2,100 calories. Even a 100 calorie deficit per day is a deficit. Like as long as you're staying in a deficit, you will lose weight eventually. It just depends on how fast you want to lose that weight. Like that's all, but you will lose weight eventually. So just keep that in mind. If you feel like a 500 calorie deficit is too much, then take it to a 300 calorie, take it to a 200 calorie, whatever the deficit is, as long as it's a deficit, that's what you're going for. Something I like to do, especially when I want to cut more. So I said I was going to take the calories down to 1,850. So I don't like to go under like 1,750. That is kind of my low for calories. So if I get to the point where I'm like, oh my God, I'm at 1,750 calories and I still want to lose weight a little faster, but I can't go any lower than that, then I'll up my cardio. I'll up my workouts. I will work out 5, 6, 7 days a week if that's what I want to do. Even if they're just walks or whatever, I'll make sure to do that. But I try not to cut my calories too low because I still need that energy. And I also just don't want to deter me from actually being in a caloric deficit. If the calories are too low and I'm hungry, we're going to binge something. I know myself enough to know that I am going to binge something and this whole thing is just going to go down the drain. So I have to make sure that I'm keeping that at the forefront. So I want you to do that too. If you're going to do this with me, let's think about that before we just start cutting calories like crazy. Like, you want to make sure this is actually going to be helpful for you. So that is where we are. That is our snapshot. And then if you've never seen this before, at the bottom of the page, it just gives you a few tips. So it has your calorie tracking tools. Like, a food scale is usually pretty helpful. Sometimes we think we're eating less than we actually are, but when you weigh that shit out, you're like, oh my God, I am eating way more than I thought I was eating. So a food scale is really helpful. It's $10 on Amazon. I definitely recommend you get one. A bathroom scale, obviously, so you can weigh yourself and keep track of your progress. If you guys have been watching, then you know that I'm not the hugest fan of the scale. So, I mean, it's a great way to keep your progress, but sometimes it can just be very disheartening when you're not losing the weight the way you want to lose it. So I try not to get on the scale too much. However, I mean, it's a necessary evil. Like, you kind of have to do it. So I wouldn't weigh yourself too much. For me, I am going to do weekly weigh-ins just for this first 6 weeks. Then after that, I'm going to take that on a bi-weekly and then a monthly basis. And we'll like kind of talk through that as the weeks and months go on. MyFitnessPal, there are all types of calorie trackers out there. MyFitnessPal is easy and free. It's one that we've probably all used, and you just basically put your meals in. You can put in fast food, you can put in whatever you make, you can like customize meals for yourself, put in your calories and your macros and your goals, and it'll just subtract that and help you keep track of what you're eating throughout the day, how many calories you have left, and you can kind of build your meals into there like that. So that's it, y'all. Very simple, very, very freaking easy. That's our starting point. We're going to take some photos today. We're going to make lunch, and yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a starting point for this next 6 weeks. I'm really excited. I'm super excited to get started with you guys, and I'm excited for myself. Like, I can tell when my clothes start fitting a little tighter, and I can just tell when I'm feeling heavier. Like, I can put on like 4 pounds, 4 pounds, and I can feel that in my body, just feel myself getting heavier. So that's how I've been feeling over the last few weeks. So I'm just excited to get started, cut this weight back down, and continue on my routine, because that is the most important part, is that I get reacclimated to my routine and get consistent again. So yeah, I'll see you guys at lunch. What's up, y'all? It's been a couple days since the last clip you've seen. Some things just went on. It's been super busy, and I wasn't able to finish the video, but I was like, you know what? We're gonna finish the video today. And I wanted to cook one meal with you guys and just have a little chat. So the last clips I filmed were on Monday. Today is Wednesday, so you didn't miss much. Yesterday, I definitely got my 8K steps in. I stayed in my caloric deficit, all of that. And I moved my body for 30 minutes on my walking pad. It was just super busy yesterday, and sometimes you can't get out, right? Sometimes you can't get out to the gym. You can't do the full workout that you want to do. So still make time to move your body. That's what this is all about, is making sure you're making that time, whatever that looks like for you. So for me, it was walking on my walking pad. I did that for about an hour, and yeah, we got our stuff in. So for today, I already went to work out. I went to Orange Theory this morning, ran almost 4.3 miles, which is awesome. And now we're about to make breakfast. So I wanted to make something super high in protein, and I wanted to show you guys kind of my new obsession for breakfast: steak and eggs. I always thought that was disgusting when I would see it on menus at restaurants. Now that is my new obsession. So we are going to have some steak and eggs for breakfast. I'm gonna grab it out the fridge and we'll chat. I'm probably also going to do some fruit with it as well, but we'll get to that when the steak gets closer to being done. So I have these bison steak medallions. These are super good. I started really liking bison like last year, maybe the year before, and they're just really, really good. So I'm going to make these, and this is 12 ounces of steak. So each one will be approximately 6 ounces per steak. I'm gonna have 6 ounces of bison steak, and we'll put that into MyFitnessPal and we'll see how much protein that is. We are also going to have 2 eggs. I'm gonna drink some protein water, and we're gonna have some fruit. And that's gonna be our breakfast, and that'll keep us satiated almost until dinner. I am still only eating 2 meals a day. I just have not found a way to get 3 meals in. It is just, I don't know. The 2 meals works fine. And so as long as it is a bigger breakfast and a bigger dinner, and then sometimes I will have a smaller snack in between, like fruit or something, it's been working out perfectly. If you guys remember, we have 1,800 some odd calories for our 500 calorie deficit. So that's what we're going for. I am hoping to make this a 10-pound weight loss over the 6 weeks. Now, I told you guys I weighed myself Monday morning and I was 184.7. I weighed myself this morning and I'm 181.1. So I know some of that's going to be water weight. And so getting 7 more pounds down is just going to get harder from here. So we got to make sure we stay diligent. I'm just about to pour my protein water in this cup. This is the Protein 20 protein hydration drink with electrolytes in strawberry watermelon. So I'm just gonna pour it in this cup and drink it out of a cup. I think I'm gonna skip the grapes, and I'll have the grapes for maybe a snack later, because I just think it's gonna be too much food and I'm not gonna drink it all. Or I'm not gonna eat it all. That is breakfast. I mean, obviously not the most aesthetic, but you know what? It is what it is. We have our protein water. We have 2 eggs with a little bit of cheddar cheese, and then a bison steak cooked right in between medium and medium well, which is my favorite.